Welcome to another episode of SalonLife. With WhatSalon, everything you need to run, manage, and grow your salon business. This is SalonLife.
Hi, this is SalonLife with WhatSalon. This is Naomi speaking, and today we have a very special guest. We have Michelle Griffin with us. Michelle's been in the hairdressing industry for over 35 years. She has her own salon located near Birmingham. She's launched her own extension line, Locksbox, and she travels throughout the UK offering educational workshops. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for asking me. Thank you, Naomi.
So you've got some story, and just in addition to all of the things you've done, launching a product line, owning your own salon, doing trainings, education, you just mentioned just before we came on that you're also writing a chapter in a book. You're some woman, eh?
Yeah, I'm very busy. Busy woman.
So tell us a little bit, let's start first with your educational workshops. That's kind of one of the main focuses of your life at the moment, isn't it?
It is, yes. So I've been an educator for numerous years now, many years, qualified educator. My subject was hair extensions. And I've now decided to take it on the road because there's lots of salons that are taking on extensions, but it just seems that the education isn't quite what it should be. So basically, I'm teaching 3 different methods, which is micro-ring, pre-bonded and tapes in a day. So it's all the theory side of it, to be honest, and demos in the morning with me, and then in the afternoon they bring a model along of their choice of whatever they want to learn and get certificated in it.
Brilliant. So when somebody comes to attend one of your trainings, do they learn all 3 of those methods, or do they just select one and it's focused on that one method?
Yeah, they'll learn all the theory about the hair and the system, and obviously they can fire questions at me. So all of the things that they've wanted to know, it'll be their chance. And then in the afternoon, they get a hands-on with whatever preferred method they want to do.
Brilliant. Do you have a preferred method yourself?
Well, at the moment, the most popular is tapes, just because it's so quick to do on the salon floor. You can do it in less than, you could do it half an hour. You could take a half an hour appointment or take up to 2 hours. It depends on how much you're putting in and what you want to achieve.
Wow, that's brilliant. I didn't realize that could be done that quickly.
It's really quick now.
No, that's amazing. And how did you get involved in hair extensions in the first place? Because hair extensions are massively popular at the moment, but you were interested in them long before that. So how did that passion arise?
So I go right back to the beginning of my career. So it was training with a lady called Jill Aarons, who isn't here anymore, but she's my inspiration. She taught me, she was a dancer, a professional dancer in her spare time. So she was a very busy lady, and she taught me all there was about hair pieces and wigs and added hair pieces for dancers, styling them, cutting them, attaching them. So it started from there really. And then I bought my own salon at the age of 22.
Wow, and, so young.
Yeah, it was not something that I went out to look for. It was just that this lady had sold the salon up and it had gone empty, and it was actually the landlord that called me and asked me if I wanted to take it over. So yeah, I wasn't married, I didn't have children, I didn't have any responsibilities. I came from a business family, and yeah, I was encouraged to take it on to see how far I could go with it. And here we go, 33 years later.
Amazing. That's an incredibly long time for a salon.
That's when I started to take on hair extensions, to be honest. I was wearing them myself back in the day when it was all braided and you had to go to Afro-Caribbean salons to have them put in. And I just watched the market grow. And so when I was in my 20s, I took them on in my salon.
Fabulous. And you must have seen significant growth in that, or have you always been niche in hair extensions?
Well, I joined a company, one of the big companies that are out there now, and watched them grow and grew with them, became an educator for them and became part of their art team. So that's when the platform work started. So yeah, just standing and telling salons and stylists out there how it was all moving forward and to be part of it. So yeah, that's all what I've done really for most of my career.
That's fabulous. And let's just get back to the educations that you're doing now, because you're doing it in a different format than is commonly known. You're not just going into one salon anymore. You're kind of going and people from different salons can come to your trainings.
That's right. And purely because it's to get the people in. Like when you go to one salon, it can be really time consuming, and I don't seem to have much time nowadays.
Yes.
So I just thought that if I could get to them and get to their cities and they come to me with their model, then fantastic for all.
And is there like a map of your journeys, or how do you set that up? Like if somebody's interested in knowing.
So starting at the top and going all the way down to the bottom. And then, so we've got Manchester coming up on the 11th of August. That's at Nikki Oliver Academy in Manchester. Then we've got Birmingham, which is at Griffin's, mine. And then we've got Edinburgh on the 1st of September at Charlie Miller. And then I'm looking at coming down south to do Reading and London. So Lacey's are the distributors now of one of my product lines, and they've got a fantastic academy in Reading. So I'll be doing some dates down there at the end of the year. And I'm looking at doing some at Billy Curry in Marylebone.
Brilliant.
In London. Yeah. And then hopefully we get over to Ireland and Wales.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. And so then, in addition to doing trainings for hair extensions and having your own salon that specialized in hair extensions, you also developed your own product line. How did that come about? And tell us about it.
So that was a manufacturer approaching me. As I say, I've been educating for a very long time. I'm actually an internal verifier. I have wrote courses that Habia bought off me working with VTCT as a level 3. So I've taught lecturers in colleges. Yeah, and it's kind of gone on from there, to be honest, because I've done that. I think people were watching and manufacturers were watching, and then I was approached. And so I started to work with a company, a manufacturer, and it's gone on from there. It's just grown. I've now got my own product line.
That's fabulous. That must have been a very unique experience, quite different than that you're doing. It's very unique. I never in a million years, when I started my career, one I thought would be a salon owner and another would actually have a product line. But I've specialised in something and have such a passion for it. So it's took me on these routes, which I'm very, very happy about. So if you were to turn back time back to your 20-year-old self, what would you have visioned your life to be?
Nothing different.
No.
I've loved my career so far. I have so much more to do, and I just make it as exciting as I can, and I explore all the avenues.
And do you have any tips for somebody who would be interested in launching their own product line, like how to get started and any? I
think it's very difficult. It's definitely not an easy route to go down. And I think you definitely have to build your brand and have a name for yourself to be able to sell something, to be honest.
And so what do you think would be the first step there to be able to build your personal brand? Just thinking of any salon or salon owners or stylists that are kind of starting out and looking to where you are in your career and have similar aspirations.
Okay, so if it's something that you really, that's your end goal, that's what you want to do, then I would become part of something like the fellowship, the British Hairdressing Fellowship, and start getting a platform for myself and building my way up, getting my name out there. That would be the start, to be honest. And then the rest, I think, comes to you. Well, it has to me, so it's very difficult. If you go out looking for it, yeah, you could do that.
You yourself were quite involved with the fellowship, weren't you? And you've won many awards.
I'm still on the council. I've had to take a little bit of a step back, but I love what they're about and what they stand for. And they've certainly been great for me. We have some great people that are on the council, and I just love all the events that they work with and what they put up and all the show work, and it just ticks all my boxes.
Brilliant. No, it seems very exciting. And tell us about the awards that you've won.
Well, they go back to, I've been entering awards when probably from about 2007 when I took my salon on in 1986.
Wow.
So I kind of took some time in building that up and had a family. I've got 2 gorgeous children and who helped me in the business, to be honest. My son is in distribution and my daughter is a marketeer. So I've been very, very lucky, I feel, that I get their input and their help and their ideas. After the children started to grow up, I decided to enter competitions and have been finalising, and I probably my biggest was winning hair extensionist for Your Hair magazine in 2016. And I've been nominated as a finalist again this year.
Brilliant.
So that's a real honour because that's what I specialise in. But I finalised in many awards for the British Hairdressing Award and the British Business Awards, and I've won through Salon Business. I've won Colour Salon of the Year, Ultimate Salon of the Year. So yeah, there's lots. It's all on the website.
Fantastic. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So looking back at your career in hair education and extensions and as a salon owner, what are the biggest challenges that you've overcome?
So probably at this moment in time, really, it's running a team and keeping your business, at the level that it should be, and then having another business running alongside it.
Yes.
It is very challenging, and I have to try and look after everybody. So, I've got an employee in my Locksbox business, and I've also got employees in my Griffin salon. So I think the balance of looking after everybody and keeping those businesses going and pushing them to make them successful is probably my biggest challenge.
Common amongst salon owners. Do you have any tips for how you kind of keep unity in the team and encourage your team to pursue their own aspirations and goals and become their best, like you just mentioned?
Yeah, it's all about education for me. I like to make sure that, the team are educated, and they may come forward with something to me that they want to learn. And if it's something that I feel they need to go outside of Griffin's, then yes, I will send them on courses, and the fellowship is amazing. They have a Club Star art team, and there's things that they can go for, colour, styling, whatever is good for them and whatever they like doing, then I push them that way.
That's fantastic.
If they want to, not everybody wants to, so...
No, that's very good. And looking back on the story of your career, what would you say is your biggest success? I know you've achieved a lot, but if you could pick just one.
Obviously opening my salon, and secondly, opening my Locksbox brand and doing so well with it in such a short time has overwhelmed me really, and it's exciting. I love what I do.
Congratulations on that. You've done
Thank you.
Amazing work. And do you have any tips for anybody who's just starting out? Like we kind of touched on this earlier. They're just starting out in their hairdressing career. Where would you direct them apart from joining the fellowship?
To have a great apprenticeship in a salon that is all about education and that will push them. Right. And if that's what they want, but they need to be the best of the best. Yes. And for me, it's always keeping that in your head of wanting to be the best of the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then attending educational offerings such as the ones you offer.
Absolutely. If there's something that inspires them, it may be cutting, it may be colour, it may be extensions, and that's the area they want to specialise in, then go for it, because sometimes it's good to be great at everything, but you can be excellent at something.
Yes.
And sometimes that will take you on extra journeys and extra paths.
I think that's a very key point. So if somebody's interested in attending one of your educational trainings, how do they find you?
So they can find me on the website, which is www.michellegriffin.co.uk, which is easy to find. And then by email, they can DM me on Michelle Griffin Hair on Insta, or Michelle Griffin or Locksbox Extensions on Facebook. And then we have emails of sales@michellegriffin.co.uk and info@michellegriffin.co.uk. So whatever it is, whether it's the product line that they're interested in, then they contact the sales. And if it's to do with education, then they would contact the info. That's me.
Brilliant. We'll put those links beneath the podcast. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us today. You've got some journey and you're sort of big inspiration for hairdressers and people involved in extensions, and even just women, I think, just business women. You've really done a lot and you're very inspirational.
Thank you so much, Naomi. Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
We're so glad you joined us. And thank you all for listening. And be sure to join us again next week for another episode of Salon Life with WhatSalon.
This was another episode of Salon Life with WhatSalon. Visit our site at whatsalon.com for more episodes.